Hey guys, thank you so much for your patience there. We're now all ready for Dark Souls 3. I'm going to hand you over to your very capable commentators this run. CBD has kindly made his way back after his Dark Souls 1 run this morning, and he's joined by Backflippius. And we've got Vswed, who's also made his way back from Dark Souls 1 this morning, Hemlocks, Bender, and Mikolash, the four runners today. Best of luck to you all, and I'll hand you over to the commentators now.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Well, how are you doing today, Flippy?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Congrats on the run earlier.
Yeah, thanks. If I'm taking a hit, I'm taking a hit to a Titanite demon because they suck. But thankfully, Dark Souls 3 has no Titanite demon, so we will not be seeing that anymore.
Unfortunately, but there's a lot of other meme potential. And we have four incredible runners here. First up in the upper left, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, the fat roller, the boss relay master, Vswed. And then in the upper right, we have the absolute mad lad, HemlocksVirtue. And then we have this in the lower left, we have the son of a bitch, Bender. And then in the lower right, the absolute strat master of DS3, MicolashTV.
Yes, the hater of alluring skulls, as he might want to be known, and it actually looks like they might all be ready. I believe. I think Miko is just making his last adjustments here, and I guess we can have a countdown. Would you like to do the honors there, Flippy?
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, anyways. That's exactly why I wanted Flippy to do it, because he put a lot more soul than I would have put in, right? All right. So the next few seconds here, since, there's a delay or whatever, they're going to be starting the runs here, and it looks like they're all choosing the Assassin's class.
Oh, that is a speedy choice. So the
That is
Assassin
a
starts
speedy
with
choice.
the Spook spell, which allows you to do some faster strats and some additional drops without taking fall damage. The stat loadout for the standard Twin Blades meta isn't as good as the Mercenary, but starting with that Spook spell gives you some extra routing options early on. I wonder if we're going to see anybody do the Thrall jump in Settlement.
It'll be interesting if we see what kinds of skips that these runners go for, and it is really interesting with the hitless route and like the speed route per se, like for all bosses. Both really do use spook just for the sake of speed, right? So it isn't really interesting that hitless and speed kind of coincide in that aspect. Just it makes both runs easier.
Mm-hmm. Because Spook is easy enough to get a little later on in Crucifixion Woods if you really want it for later, but that takes some extra time. So if you're willing to deal with the kind of slightly lesser build of the Assassin. Oh, and we've got parries from Bender.
Yeah,
it takes a
parries
lot of guts to...
From everyone here. I think Swed was pairing. I think Hemlocks is pairing. Yeah, everyone's pairing Bender right now.
They've all copied off each other's papers. They are going balls to the walls competitive on speed here. This is ridiculous. And the firebomb from Hemlocks. Did they all take firebombs as, or was that just Hemlock who took the firebombs as the starting gift?
I am not sure if they all took firebombs. That's actually a good question. I don't think Benders or Vswed took the firebomb. They might have both taken the White Branch, maybe, for later on in Irithyll.
Yeah, the White Branch is the safer choice, both for Irithyll and for early on if you're not going to do Thrall Jump through Settlement, passing by the White Tree there. But if you're confident enough in Thrall Jump, or you're confident enough in dodging the Giant's arrows, then the firebombs can speed up some of these earlier fights.
Really, if we do have a difference in starting gifts, we will see how the the routes kind of diverge. It's really interesting going from DS1 where everyone chose Thief to DS2 where everyone chose something different. To DS3 everyone's using the Assassin class. DS2 really, I hate to say it, but really taking the cake for variety here.
Oh
Gosh,
yeah,
almost
I
threw up saying
think
that. Sorry.
we're gonna end up with a bit of variety in Elden Ring as well, but this I think is going to be largely similar routes and strats and just a pure test of skill and speed here.
Yeah, not much variation thus far. It does seem like Benders is going to be pulling ever so slightly ahead of Hemlocks here. And Miko just had a late start. I think he had some technical difficulties, and then so his position might not be known until much later, until we see the IGT. But oh, kind of a difference in routing here. Bender's going up top to the dragon, while
Yep.
Hemlock's using and takes punishment for it. He actually got hit going the
Oh.
faster way.
Ooh, you hate to see it. So what's your opinion of upper route versus lower route there?
I would say you either go 100% on the risky side during an event like this, or you play it safe all the time. Because if you mix and match, I think that kind of it would throw me off. I'm not sure if it throws these gentlemen off, but
Lower route just scares me because of the number of enemies. You're facing them one at a time, but there's just so many things that can go wrong there, whereas upper route is just the 3 dudes to balance.
yeah, that is true. You know, I guess you could kind of equate it to Dark Souls 1, where if you climb up on Drake Tower and then drop down, you're kind of taking the risk of getting zapped by a Drake. And
Oh yeah.
in DS3, you're kind of taking the risk of just either getting body blocked or stabbed by just a stray hollow along the way.
Mhm. I mean, in both cases though, I feel like there's ways to mitigate that RNG. So,
Absolutely, yes.
but it's just a matter of precision versus pure reflex action. Anyways, we have, it looks like Hemlock and Bender are neck and neck, with Hemlock is now pulling slightly ahead here and is heading into the Vort fight. And
Yeah, and it looks like all four gentlemen did buy the short sword for Vort. Actually, no, Vswed actually bought the dagger. I was about to say, if he didn't buy the dagger, that would have been very
oh
peculiar
man,
from him because he doesn't like the short sword because if you stagger Vort, it kind of throws off the whole rhythm of the fight, especially in like the phase transition where it's optimal time to get some damage in.
is that a serious problem with the short sword actually staggering him early?
Yeah, if you're not careful, you can control for it pretty easily, but I think Swed just likes to R1 spam away. Me too. I use the dagger as well whenever I run DS3 any percent, but I think it's just a preference. The short sword is faster because it just does more damage, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just a runner's preference from what I can tell.
Yeah. And Bender doing the stylish head stagger, but then not taking the riposte, instead just slashing him down. And Vswed, yeah, doing the more aggressive dagger strat here. I always found the more awkward thing with fighting Vort with the dagger wasn't so much the damage, but the reach. Just the fact
Yeah,
that,
that might be true. Although I know with Vswed, he I believe in the Solo One No Upgrade Zone Fusions run that he did, he just always used the dagger just because it's a lot better to to riposte. That's the word I'm looking for. To riposte, you get a lot more damage on it, right? So
hmm.
yeah, I don't know. It's very very interesting.
But we have did you see, did I was watching Vswed's dagger fight. Did you see if Hemlock and Bender did the firebomb throw?
I
Did the
actually did
Kobe throw?
not see. However, I think Bender is missing a black firebomb, so I'm pretty
Yep,
sure he
looks
did
like it.
do the throw. Ooh, he gets caught by Farmer
Oh,
John, gets hit
oh my god.
twice in the
Oh, the farmer
doorway.
fiasco. I don't even know how many
Oh,
hits that is. The
that
fucking
I believe that was 2 hits.
the mother effing farm fiasco. You hate to see it.
Yeah, Farmer. That hollow right there is nicknamed Farmer John, and he is notorious for speed runs and hitless speed runs, and people do not like that guy.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I
not.
mean, even if I'm trying to push pace, I think that's one place where I'm tempted to just take it easy.
True, and that is kind of an element of RNG within Dark Souls 3 because the movement of the enemies aren't necessarily consistent. They may have scripts to know where to go or know when to move, but they don't always go on the right path or the intended path, I should say. It's not always going to be the same. So that is definitely an RNG choke point right there going through the door.
Yeah, these guys take their stage directions as suggestions, and
Yes,
it's especially
absolutely.
funny when you turn around and then turn back and they're facing a different direction now.
Oh yeah, and
That's
that
a
leads
fun little aspect of DS3.
it leads to teleporting dogs as well, just the render distance. Hopefully we get to see a teleporting dog now. I mean, hopefully no hits, but it would be awesome to see the absurdity of some of these enemies.
Okay, and Hemlock navigates Farmer John easily there.
Oh, and it looks like Hemlock's will be going for thrall jump here.
Oh, let's see
Let's see
this.
if he
Let's see
gets
this.
it.
Chat, hold me. I'm scared. It's a scary time here.
It
He
is
runs
called
over
thrall
here.
jump because you will see not one, not two. I don't think not even three. I think there's about 4 thralls here. Will he make it?
Oh, they're everywhere here.
He
And
made
jump.
it,
Made it. And yep. All right.
making it look easy.
So wait, did he go and get the Mortician's ashes and then warp back to that bonfire?
Yes, I
Is that what
believe
he
he did.
did?
I think that is that I think that's the intended route if you're doing speedy hitless. Oh, it looks like Bender's going for thrall jump as well.
Oh my god. We get to
This
see it again.
2 thrall jumps. Miko has to be going for thrall jump, right? Do you think so?
We'll
Do you
see,
think
we'll
Swed
see.
will be? Swed is going for it too. I think they all went to go get the Mortician's ashes,
They've
and now they're doing.
okay, somebody has been copying off of somebody else's paper. I don't know who, but there's some test copying going on here.
I would like to imagine that everyone has Hemlock stream up right now, and whatever he's gonna do, like they're gonna have the confidence to do after him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, Miko seeming like he is not following the pack. He is maintaining his individuality and not going for the thrall jump. I think, unless he bones out here really quick.
Miko is following the tortoise strategy against all these hares, and he hopes to catch them napping. I
Oh
believe
no,
that is his strategy here.
Miko
Oh, nope, never
collecting
mind.
white branches and he's going for thrall jump. Just as soon as you thought, we understood what's happening, we don't. We're
We
just
don't.
like you.
We got no idea. We're just making it up as we go.
Ooh, all right. So, oh, interesting. Hemlock's going for a little spicy jump there. I thought you would take more fall damage. Very interesting. Okay.
He's doing that to reduce fall damage so that he doesn't have to slow down 0.5 seconds to sip the Estus.
We can't be slowing down 0.5 seconds for Estus. That's absurd.
0.5 seconds is unacceptable, but yeah. I love the contrast here with DS2 being all these different routes and Gino memeing it up, and then DS3 is just pure sweaty competitiveness. Like, there is no having fun here. This is video gaming. This is serious business.
This has the
We are
energy
not
of
here
get
to
out of
have
my room.
fun.
I'm playing Minecraft kind of energy, right? So very, very.
Oh, wait. Miko did a variation. He didn't do like the full thrall jump path. He did a
Oh,
completely different path off to the side here.
yeah. That is. I would not have caught that. Yeah, that's true. I believe he didn't even go for the extra skulls either. He just
Nope.
did the
He did
shortened
pick up
version
a
of thrall
soul
jump.
that was there. I think that's a
Yeah.
2k soul if I recall correctly. That's sitting there, and it seemed like a slightly easier and safer way of going about it, but pretty much just as fast.
All right, all right. So I believe now that everyone's making their way into the Farron section, Hemlock's just boned back from getting the Farron coal, and we know that's for infusing your weapons with the sharp gem. So I'm assuming since everyone is taking the speedy route right now, they're going to be picking up the twin blades and sharpening them and going probably the +4 +6 route along the way.
Yep.
I'm assuming. you know, or they're just going to switch to Pyro once they get to Twin Princess. Who knows?
I don't see why you would rush so much early game with Assassin, with the whole Thrall jump path, and then like work on saving time that way, and then go for anything but the +4 routing. I don't see why you
True.
try and save so much time early and then do anything else. But
I
yeah,
mean,
for anybody who
I think
doesn't, go ahead.
being a troll could be much deeper infused in one's soul, right? So never underestimate Hitless players.
I do not see troll faces on these guys, though. What I see are gaming faces. These are war faces that I see. These men have gone to battle, and they are going to give their enemy no quarter. But anyways, for anybody who doesn't know the meta of DS3, DS3 has probably the out of all the Hitless games has the most singular defined meta. It's Twin Blades, Dex to 40, Twin Blades infused with Sharp, +4, +7, +10, L1, 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 Lamau win.
And that will be on the test chat. So, and no clipping, and I will ban anyone who clips that. Yeah, that is very true. It is because the twin blades, oddly enough, you can start with them and you can get them very early. They are the highest DPS thing in the entire game, right?
Oh yeah.
No matter how high you level, no matter what buffs you get, right? If you can buff it, if you can upgrade your weapons, get a lot of dex, then you will be doing the most DPS with twin blades. So there really is no reason to go any other route because it won't be faster, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can go other routes if you just want to do something unique or have some fun, or if you have specific preferences as to your challenge, but as far as, efficiency and damage output. And the nice thing too is that even if you don't start with the twin blades like these guys didn't because they all started assassin, the twin blades are right next to the fair and coal, which you need to get anyways for sharp. So not starting with the twin blades doesn't even cost you time picking them up anyways.
Absolutely, which is it's kind of interesting how that plays out. You don't really have to go too far out of your way to get too many things for being very speedy in these runs, even at any percent. And they're now just making the way through Fair and Swamp, lighting the lights. I don't really think too much action is going to be had right now. Just walking around. We could read any donations that we have.
Oh yes. Do you have those up right now? I seem to have lost.
I
seem to have missed
do.
my
We
spot.
have one donation from Anonymous, $25. That is a big lump of change, and it says "Go Sweat!" exclamation point. I don't know who Sweat is, and I know Vswed is participating, so I'm not sure if they are in the wrong category or not. But
I think that
go ahead.
person got lost on the way to a competitive Stardew Valley race.
True. I did see someone in chat earlier say that this wasn't a DBD event. They were very confused.
So when is
who-
DBD getting added to Team Hitless?
Yes. I don't think we want that with Dead by Daylight and the colorful language that people often say after matches.
How many racial slurs do we want in our tournaments?
That is a.
I'll let you be the authority on that, CBD.
See, I would answer that question. However, Hemlocks is going a very interesting route here. He's actually climbing the ladder within Fair and Swamp, and he's gonna go for wait, is he just picking up the ashes?
I think he's just
wonder?
getting Dream Chasers. I think he's just getting Dream Chasers ashes so that he can get the +3.
He isn't. He's going for the
Oh no,
the
never
large
mind,
shards
forget.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So this seems like another odd choice if you're like spending so much effort saving time in other areas trying to like then going up here for these, but I'm sure he's got a plan.
Yeah, Bender is
But
climbing the ladder too. I'm not sure if he's going to stop at Dream Chasers or go for the large shards as well.
but don't most of the routes just get Dream Chasers anyways because it's quicker than collecting all the Titanite shards you need for +3?
Yes, I believe you are correct in that. Dream Chasers does give the opportunity to buy shards at the I almost said the round table at Firelink Shrine.
Okay, never mind. Bender's going up here too. Maybe they should have gotten somebody who actually knew how to do this game hitless fast.
And
Maybe they should
shots
have.
fired from my co-commentator Flippy. His
I
opinions
mean,
are his
on
own.
myself too. I don't know. My route's a 2:15. I've never done this game in under 2 hours, so.
Oh, I see. And I believe Sweat is actually taking the same route here. I don't think Sweat has ever gotten or has ever done a leveled run without taking these. Yeah, he's going up the elevator now. So I'm not sure if Miko is going to follow suit here. It would be the the first divergence of the main route, I think, if Miko does not go past the Dream Chaser Ashes. It'll be very
Aside
interesting.
from just some very minor variations we've seen, this all does seem to be pretty worked out. So if there's any disagreement here, it's us who's wrong.
True. Yeah, commentators are typically the ones that take the brunt anyway. So yeah, and it seems on par. Seems on pace.
Oh my god, and we just had a very wonderful and tragic mistake as Hob accidentally hits the 0 one too many times and gives us a $500 donation, saying simply, oops. Hob, thank you so much, Daddy.
Yeah,
Hob is our daddy, all right? And
yeah,
I will
Hob-
acknowledge him as such. Call Hob Daddy, CBD. Call him Daddy.
Hob is one of the fathers of Hitless. So Hob is our top donator.
He is
with,
the
with the
daddy.
5. He's definitely something, right?
And he is the sugar daddy of the event right now as well, being the top donator.
True. Very, very true. What I don't know what to say, Flippy. You're tying my hands here.
I get that a lot. Okay,
All right. Anyway,
so
Mikolash is climbing the same ladder that everyone else has climbed thus far. Let's see if he bones out before going for the large shards, or if he actually goes up the lift. Nope, going for the large shards as well. Interesting.
I guess the +4 makes a difference.
Yeah, they're looking like they're going for the +4, not the +3 early on.
And we have Hemlocks coming into the Abyss Watchers here. He is not doing the strat where you prevent the spawns by hanging out in the back.
That is very true. There might be a couple reasons for that. It's either he would prefer just to fight this out normally out in the open, or he's on a previous patch. I'm not entirely sure, because on previous patches that trick doesn't work actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So for people for people who don't know what we're talking about, near where Hemlocks is right now, on that end of the arena, if you stay in that little cove and fight the first Abyss Watcher there, none of the other Abyss Watchers will spawn. And that
Bender's
only
doing it
works,
right now.
Yeah, Bender. Oh yeah, looks like Bender's trying to do it, and that only works on current patch. So you'll see Bender do. Oh, he's doing the parry shot as well. So what Bender's doing is he is staying in that cove and he's parrying to force that Abyss Watcher to keep on doing the same rolling attack. Very, very cool, actually. Let's see if Miko or Vswed are gonna follow suit
This
here.
is so swagtastic. Kate is the one who initially accidentally discovered this, and Miko was in her stream at the time, and basically figured out what was happening and refined it to the point where it was a consistent strat that a lot of people use now.
Yeah, that is very true. It's very interesting how a lot of shots are just found on accident and not like through actual trial and error, you know? Just some random person in the community just happened to find it, and then someone was attentive enough to notice it.
Yeah, and there's tons of stories with this in both hitless and speedrunning. It's the monkeys on the typewriters completing the works of Shakespeare.
True.
Basically, if enough people play through enough times, we end up seeing everything and figuring things out from there, and all it takes is some observation. But yeah, it looks like Vswed is doing the same tactic as well, but he's not doing... he's actually just straight up fighting the Watcher. He's not baiting out the rolling attack. And you can actually... It looks like with Vswed, you can actually get a little bit out of that alcove, and it's alright. Or
You
no?
you can get out of it towards the beginning of the fight, I believe, but I think he got put up against the wall, so he needed more space. I believe that's why he's going out in the open. So he abandoned
Okay.
the strat, but he kind of wanted the opportunity, I guess, if he got the right
But he got
RNG
good
to
luck with
stay there.
the other two watchers just aggroing on each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vswed throwing a firebomb at the if you throw any kind of consumable at the main watcher in phase 2, he does stop idling, which is why you might see some runners do that at the very beginning.
Yeah, it just kind of gets him moving a little bit. It's any projectile. Bow and spells work as well.
And parries actually, which is why the
Oh, really?
previous mentioned strat works,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that makes sense.
Because you can actually when the watcher's getting up, instead of parrying, you can actually throw a bomb. You can do a spell, whatever, and he'll keep on doing the same attack over and over again, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it looks like Hemlocks is just about to go to Walnir, uh, maintaining a spot at the head of the pack, and Bender right behind him, actually. And
Mm-hmm.
both Miko and Swed still fighting Abyss Watchers. So we will see how this plays out here.
But we
I'm
expect.
I Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say we expect pretty standard Wolnir, pretty standard quick kill. Like Wolnir gets maybe 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If we see Walnir summon, then I think we might be just as confused as the runners are in that scenario. But it looks like, yeah, Hemlock's going for the quick kill as well. This will be a very fast kill. I mean, and actually, if you do go for the quick kill for Walnir, it actually affects his dying animation. So I believe Hemlock's he didn't get the quick kill there uh because Walnir actually retracted back into the darkness. If you get the quick kill, then Walnir just kind of lays down and dies, and it's faster, which is kind of
Ah,
interesting.
the things you notice when you're trying to save a couple seconds.
Yeah, when you're just trying to try hard and show off for people for a charity event, sometimes you gotta really think about it, right? Sweat having some company with rats. He has to dodge
Oh my
the
god.
ninja stars here.
Oh my god. Swed, everyone pray for Swed. Swed
That
has done
was
goofed and consequences will never be the same.
that
And somehow he just gets away with it.
that was a mixture of luck and some quick decision making there. He actually he tried spooking to not aggro the rats, but he aggroed the rats anyway because he didn't want to throw his fire bombs. I don't know if he's saving them or if he thinks he just needs the extra time there. But yeah, it ended up being faster because he didn't have to actually wait for the enemy to patrol. So
And did
sheer
you see
dumb
how
luck.
cool
Yeah.
he looked the entire time?
Oh
Did
yes,
you
our
just see
Johnny
how
Bravo
calm
looking
he
friend.
was?
He
This
does
man is
not break
on
a sweat.
performance enhancing drugs. We need to have him tested after the run.
Tested for what specifically? G Fuel?
Performance enhancing drugs.
Oh, same thing. Okay. Oh, Miko picking up the milk ring in the
Milk ring,
catacombs.
really? That's usually an SL1 thing. It gives +3 to dexterity, which typically isn't that important for a leveled run. But apparently Miko thinks it's
Oh,
important enough to divert for.
he might be just putting it on so he can one-shot the rats with the fire bombs.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Everybody else was two-shotting them. He one-shots them because of the extra 3 dexterity. That is the kind of seven-head thinking that Miko is known for.
And it looks like Hemlocks is not getting the quick kill on Sage. You barely ever see that in Hitless, but he does get a very, very quick 2-cycle. And Bender actually right behind him getting the same RNG, actually. Very neck and neck in this race. And Swed just killing Walnir as well, picking up the bonfire in Iritho before he continues. And Miko almost into Walnir right now. So looks like we have a race, dude.
We are moving along at a breakneck pace here. So, let's see. Now, my question is, are they going to skull this NPC bandit up here? Because I know you can just run and dodge past him, but that can sometimes lead to a throwing knife to the back. So I want to see
That you do make a good point. Back in a few years ago, Vswed had a saying of that bandit just skulls himself. So let's see if he stays true to his own mantra, right? But I'm not entirely sure if everyone else. I don't think Bender skulled him or Hemlocks actually. Yeah, they might just be going
Nope,
for
they just run past him.
speedy
Okay.
through it. Very interesting.
Very confident in their runs here.
Oh, and Vswed actually picking up Pontiff's right eye before continuing on to the cathedral or continuing on to Sage. Interesting.
Yeah, I
He
guess.
he he took the time to get more damage.
It's a little bit more time to do this now instead of just doing this on your way through Irithyll, but apparently Pontiff's right eye and the extra souls are worth it to him for probably deacons. Like you wouldn't really need it for Sage, would you?
No, you wouldn't need it for Sage. That is a good point. Sage is just kind of a brittle old boss you just kind of bully around. But
Mm-hmm.
Deacons would make sense, I think, since he has to come back here anyway to get some more skulls. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, and Hemlock strafing that Grave Warden. A lot of runners like to say if you have to roll that Grave Warden, you're bad. I always roll him.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder who's the main person who says that. Do you have any idea?
I have a feeling that they just say that. I think I've heard most of these guys that say it at some point. I think Vswed's most famous for it, but I think most of these guys say that at some point. But I think they just say that to screw with the rookies. Just
Absolutely.
keep
You want to know why? Because you can get a certain attack that it is faster just to roll it. So you're impeding yourself by that's a conversation for another time. Looks like Hemlocks is making his way through the cathedral. Probably
and
the hardest
Hemlocks does
running
the one
section.
skull strat.
Just the
The
one,
one
yeah,
skull
the
strat there.
with the patrolling warden there. Often you see runners use too. Just I prefer the one because skulls are valuable. I would think just before deacons. So
Well, I mean, it depends on how you allot them. If you have enough allotted, he has 6 right now. I don't think you need 6 for deacons.
you definitely don't. You can actually probably just get away with one. Uh, but the more you have, the faster it'll go, right? So
So they
oh,
would use some during phase 1 to speed things up, you think?
I would think so. Yeah, I think all the runners would probably be doing that.
Sweat is rating for a specific attack.
Yeah, I think he may have tried waiting, and then I think he just decided to go into phase 2 anyway. Yeah, and he gets the cleanup kill right there.
Well, not quite phase 2, because if it's Sage's first teleport, then he will actually just do the full teleport before doing the entering phase 2, so
True, it's like a phase 1.5, I guess, after he
yeah.
teleports the first time. Looks like Hemlocks
And
is going
Miko,
for Speedy Cathedral here.
oh, this is so scary.
Dodge the poop. We have no poop on our hands.
That is always terrifying. Bender is taking the safe. Looks like Bender's taking the safer path around. I think.
No,
Nope.
he is
Nope.
going
Bender's going
for
for it.
Fast Cathedral as well. Neck and neck here with Hemlocks and Bender. Very
hmm
interesting race.
And then pretty much Vswed and Miko just 1.5, 2 minutes behind, also pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah, true. And remember, Miko did start a bit late, so we're not going to really
Okay,
be
so
sure how
until we
he
see in-game
compares.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like we got 2 people neck and neck here each. And Hemlock entering does the immediate skull. Okay, yeah, he's saved all those skulls so that he can just do a speedy phase 1 where he tosses skulls around.
Yeah, and doing it speedy like this, it can save a lot of time, but deacons are so unpredictable and they could spawn in random places that you really have to be careful that one doesn't spawn really far away and isn't attracted to the skull and just fireballs you anyway, right?
Yeah. At the same time, doing things faster like this and, using the skulls, you're kind of taking more control. And in a fight that's heavily RNG, sometimes doing more aggressive strats and taking more control can make it safer. The quicker you do it, the less time there is for memes to happen.
And I believe Bender took a hit while we were blabbing off our mouths during the Deacons fight. I'm not sure where that
Oh,
was.
did one of the deacons nail him?
I'm not entirely sure actually because
Oh no,
his health seems full.
he's had those hits for a while. Our host is fortunately paying attention to them because we sure as heck
Yep.
have been missing those.
Yep. Bender did take a hit recently. Now has 3 hits.
did
He
he?
had 2, so.
Oh, okay. Bottom of the stairs, sludge giant. Oh, the poop got him.
The poop. We don't like poop here, as you can tell. All right. Vswed and Miko actually are just about tied. I think Swed decided to pick up the bonfire before this running section, just in case anything happened, which is kind of a smart thing because if you die towards the end of this running section, you don't really have any bonfire along this way to save you. So you'd have to go all the way back to like before Sage, unless you got the Sage bonfire too, right? So
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
I think Swed has experience running hitless in DS3 on GDQ, doing he's done like I think 2 or maybe 3 of their hot fixes, and so I think he has a lot of experience with the tournament safety strats.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
and he's been running this game ever since 2018 or something, so he definitely knows his way around DS3.
Okay, and what sort of strat are we seeing? YOLO Irithyll.
Is this the
Watch Hemlock stream. Are we seeing YOLO Irithyll?
Oh, this is RNG. Like
Hold
I
me,
don't see
chat. It's not RNG. It's pure skill. Pure skill. The man believes. He is the one.
There is an attack that the Fire Witch can do that could end the run right here, chat.
Chat, do you believe in miracles? Because this man is doing YOLO Irithyll right now.
Dude.
Watch him go.
Oh, he got the good RNG.
Oh, he's past it all.
Yep.
Any fire trails?
The Mad Lad did it. My God.
And now Bender. Now we might get to
doing it too.
Bender's doing it again. Let's go. Let's let it go, guys. YOLO Irithyll Part 2.
This is chaos. Like
these men are gamers. They
never
are pure
billion
gamers.
years.
No safety.
They're taking the right lines. They're doing insane.
And the man is through, and he's not even looking behind him. He either just has faith that the Fire Witch isn't doing the fire trail attack, or he's working off of audio cues.
I think that's his performance enhancing drug was just faith. He believed and it happened. Both Hemlocks and Bender. Just
what do the rules say about bringing divine entities into your run? What
that
are the
sounds like
rules
a
that we
Dark
have?
Souls 2 poison statue conversation for another day, Flippy.
Okay, we got Miko and Swed in the Deacons fight. It looks like Miko's also making use of skulls, whereas Swed is just doing this, at least the phase 1 skull free.
Yeah, Swed does like to do the skullless phase 1. I'm not sure how many skulls he has left in his inventory though.
I think he's just more comfortable with it because you do leave yourself somewhat open with the throws as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes if you're trying to corral them and you throw a skull, they might be in the middle of the pack anyway. So you put yourself in a bad position and you wasted a skull, right? So it might be better sometimes just to preserve it and keep on moving.
I think it's useful to at least know how to do it the other way.
Absolutely, yes. And looks like Miko just got the finishing kill on Deacons. And
Nice. GG, Miko.
Oh, Hemlock's picking up a large shard in the jailer cell. Interesting route here. I guess he doesn't pick up...
Did Miko take a hit during the Deacons fight? Because he had lower health. Does anybody know, did he enter the fight with full health?
I believe he did take a hit.
It looked to me like he got a hit. I don't know if we could get that confirmed.
Interesting. Deacons is the...
He did get hit. Thank you, Gengar.
Yep, he did. Confirmation.
Thank you, chat.
I think Deacons is definitely the boss that you're most likely to mess up on. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's just so much randomness with this. It's brutal.
Oh, Hemlock just did a prison skip, and that's one of the reasons why we use spook on these runs, right? You take no fall damage, and that skip is precisely the correct height to where you're not going to die from fall damage.
Yeah, it's like 1 meter shy of an absolutely lethal fall, and you can survive it either with spook or with having what is it, 40 dex and 13 vitality?
Something like that. I think you need 40 dex, 13 vitality, and you need to put maybe a couple levels in the Vicar, maybe. I've never done it without spook, because spook is just so much easier to do, or it's
Oh
just so much
yeah,
easier to get, right?
and easier to not mess up because it's just cast spook instead of having to remember these specific stats.
Oh
And
yeah,
this man is in such a rush, he drops off the Yorm ladder just to make up that extra time.
yep, all with spook. Just this is the power of spook. You just need to drop and go, and it saves so much time.
Oh my god. The speed on this.
It looks like Miko's going for the branch Irithel strat, and
He is doing the much saner strat through Irithel, and his run is blessed because he did get Ice Cream Grandpa.
that is true. There is an element of RNG that's really important for this part, and it's whether or not you get Ice Cream Grandpa or Karaoke Kid, right?
Yeah. Karaoke Kid sucks. Your run is doomed. You may as well just reset now if you get Karaoke Kid, but if you get Ice Cream Grandpa, 2 times Ice Cream Grandpa. Miko's gonna win. I don't care
Oh,
that Vswed is in the lead on hits. Miko's going to win. He
so
got
would
2
you say
times
that
Ice Cream Grandpa.
if Swed gets the Karaoke Kid, that it's just done for?
Oh yeah, it's already settled at that point.
Okay, Hemlock's on and Bender on Yorm right now. Both electing to go for the Storm Ruler, which is faster than doing Storm Ruler less Yorm.
Mm-hmm. So there's like differences where, actually, is for Hitless, is Twin Blades faster for Hitless because with Storm Ruler for Hitless you have to be safer? I know the speedrunners use Storm Ruler, but they do more kind of YOLO strats with it and they don't care if they get staggered or whatever.
I believe with a plus 6 route, oh, Sweat is going for Yellow Irithel as well.
Oh my god. We get 3 YOLO
We get the
Irithels.
fire trail. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That
Oh
is
my
the RNG.
oh! If he had I told you. Miko's blessed. The blessing of Ice Cream Grandpa just sabotaged Vswed there.
Lucky enough for Sweat, he was wise enough to get the bonfire, so he isn't impacted too harshly by that death. But yeah, that is the risk. If the Fire Witch has the fire trail, it is completely unpredictable. It can follow you up the stairs, and you pretty much can't dodge it consistently.
That fire trail did a full 360 to get him too. Did you
It
see that? It went
absolutely
past him
did.
and then
Yes,
through and around.
it was
But the man's
playing
going
Snake
for
on
it
a
again.
Nokia.
Let's see. I think what happened is that Hemlock and Bender used up all the good RNG and left none for Swed.
Oh, those idiots, dude. They're supposed to throw for Sweat, right? What is he paying him for, right?
But that is the advantage of speed. You get to the place first and you can take all the RNG and leave none for those behind you.
All right, and I believe Hemlock's just did what Bender's doing right now and activating patches to get even more alluring skulls for future areas. And after you unlock patches, you can get as many alluring skulls as you want, as long as you have the souls for them. So I think all the runners are going to be doing that eventually, I believe.
Yep. I don't think well, maybe Miko won't because he likes to do his skullless strats, but I think in the end, if you're going for speed, it's worth the little bit of time to get patches just to be able to throw skulls willy-nilly whenever you want.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it definitely helps with a little bit later on in the game, right? When you're going through Dragon Barracks or when you're going through Prince's Stairs, right before Twin Princes. That might help.
Pontiff Stairs.
Pontiff as well, yeah, with the dogs. Absolutely.
And speaking of Pontiff Stairs, we're about to see Hemlock tackle that right now, as well as Bender. Just a hair behind Hemlock.
A very close race. I'm
And so
loving
with
how
this
close this
Silver
is
Knight,
today.
with that
Yes.
Silver Knight, if you just jog, you don't sprint, but you jog through that section, he won't aggro.
Yep. Absolutely. But make sure not to walk. I made a mistake in one of my first hitless runs. I was walking and then I got a great arrow to the back because I had no idea there was a Silver Knight there.
Yep. I remember that from my casual playthrough, because there's just the knight staring at Guinevere's tatas, and you're like sneaking up on him, and then you get snuck up on yourself. It's like that meme of the multiple people behind each other with guns.
All right. All right. So
and
looking like Hemlocks is about to
and
fight
dodges the
Pontiff
Pontiff
here.
Knight, and he's going into Pontiff as we have Bender heading up Pontiff stairs. And Bender does not use the Zoomer skull. Bender just dodges based on sound cue.
Insane.
Bender does not throw the third skull. As Hemlock
Hemlock's
gets the
landing
parry
the first
on
parry.
Pontiff. And so it's two parries here. Dodge back, parry that. And then does he just burn him down from here?
Yeah, you do as much as you can, and then you get away because there's an AoE as he's charging up phase 2. And then he jumps away, and then he finish off with even more L1s because we haven't seen many L1s this race yet.
So is there a chance that Pontiff doesn't immediately go into summoning the shadow, that he does like another melee attack before doing that?
I believe if he doesn't do the same thing every time, you did something different with your damage or your positioning. It
Okay.
should be consistent.
Okay, because I've seen in the past a couple people have their runs ruined by that. I wondered if that was RNG or if that was based on something specific that they did. The interesting thing is that with all the magic runs, he will always do an attack before summoning, after the phase transition, before summoning the shadow. And I don't know what the
Okay.
difference is other than we're doing ranged attacks, but
I believe it has something to do with specific damage. Could
okay.
be wrong though. Could be wrong.
Okay.
Swed making his way down to Yorm. Miko fighting Yorm right now. Piece of cake, and Hemlocks and Bender going through Anne Orlando. This might come down to the wire here. One death can just put the other person back quite a ways.
Oh yeah. These boys are moving. But yeah, Miko has pulled slightly ahead of Swed now, actually.
I believe so. Yep. I think the death.
Oh! Did you see that with Miko?
I definitely did. Miko took a wouldn't say maybe a risk, but he
It was
you
a
know what?
calculated risk, and Miko
True.
is good at math.
I would say using not Serpent Hunter, jeez, Elden Ring, using Storm Ruler at all is a teensy bit of a risk, just because even if you're on very, very, very slight uneven elevation to Yorm, Storm Ruler has a chance to just whiff. And
Yeah.
since Storm Ruler uses 120% of your stamina, you have no chance really to dodge any attack that comes after that from Yorm. So
Well, the idea with Hitless Yorm is that you're only doing the attack when you're sure, when you've got him in a position where even if it whiffs, you can still recover stamina and get out of the way, right?
yeah, true. You can find yourself in that situation, but I don't know. Storm Ruler is buggy. I hate when it just betrays your trust. You put your heart and
Oh
soul in
yeah,
it, and just poof,
I mean,
blank
you
check.
just can't trust it, is the bottom line.
All
We
right. Oh, okay.
have
So it looks like Hemlocks is going back to Firelink to, I believe, upgrade to +6 his Twin Blades, probably.
And Bender is doing the same right behind him. And then I
And
believe that they're going to. Are they going to Aldrich next, or are they gonna do Dancer and get the Red Tearstone ring next?
I don't think they're going to be getting the Red Tearstone ring at all, because I think all Forerunners had
Oh,
Lloyds, and getting
oh,
RTSR set up in this game as opposed to Dark Souls 1, it is very well, it's slow, right? So they're probably not going to
yeah.
go for RTSR.
Okay, no, that makes sense actually because it's only a 10% difference. Lloyd's is about 10%. Whatchamacallit, Red Tearstone Ring is 20%, whereas
Yeah.
in Dark Souls 1, because of the way damage is calculated, sometimes Red Tearstone Ring can double your damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that again is the same thing with speedruns as well, right? Speedruns in Dark Souls 1, they always set up Red Tearstone Ring. Always. Speedruns in Dark Souls 3, never. It's always
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd's.
But we have Hemlock going into Aldrich and Bender right behind him, whereas we have both Vswed and Mikolash approaching. Oh, and Miko's going a different route here.
Yeah,
He
because
is
you're
using
in
Spook
the
and just going
speedier
straight
route.
through.
Oh yeah. Oh, so is Sweat. Sweat didn't use Spook though. He's just dodging
He's just gonna dodge.
the Silver Knight. Yeah, there we go. And Hemlock's actually, not sure if anyone else noticed, he actually jumped over the railing on the left side of the building, because there's this goo on the bottom floor there that allows you to not take fall damage. It's like Spook, right? But Bender, on the other hand, he decided to go around the right side of the building, which is a bit slower.
I seem to remember winning some gift subs from Jerome by doing that damage cancel in a run. Back in the day when Jerome would just like bet you 5 gift subs you couldn't do a certain skip or tactic.
That is true. I would go into a lot of people's chats, and the number one gifter would always be Jerome because he would lose all the time. And Hemlock's masterfully dealing with Aldrich in phase 2. A lot of runners would opt out of actually fighting Aldrich in phase 2. However,
These boys do not.
absolutely not. Bender
Oh,
going for the same thing here. Getting great RNG in phase 2 as well. Don't have to stay in there
these
for a long
phase
time.
2 Aldrich fights easy.
As well as
Chat, you
Pontiff
paid
on...
money for the whole seat, but you only need the edge. We are
Absolutely.
seeing the pair of Ponties and the Aldrich phase 2.
Pair of Ponties.
Pair of Ponties. You know what? I
Gosh.
said it, so I'm sticking with it. I'm committed now.
I like it. Is it a pair of Dancies as well?
Paradances.
Oh, and both gentlemen beating Pontiff at the same time here, and two people in Dancer. Dang, just boss after boss after boss. No downtime in this game, huh?
They ain't giving us a break at all. And it looks like Miko should be able to finish her off now. Easy. But neither
Interesting.
one of them. Okay, my thing though, neither one of them followed Dancer from behind during the phase 2 transition. They all like moved away instead of doing the chase behind her.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
they did not go for the swag speedrunner shot. Where you kind of tuck yourself underneath her blades as she's rotating around. Correct.
just tuck yourself under there and you pray nothing gets hurt.
Which is very difficult to do. So without getting hit, I should say. So very understandable that, especially in an event like this, where you only have one chance, you're never gonna reset it all. So it makes sense.
I mean, we haven't seen them take much in the way of safety strats up until now, though.
That is true. But just because something might be not as safe as the safe shot doesn't make it,
Oh my god.
ridiculously unsafe.
Hemlock not even like delaying and drawing out the crossbow bolts. He just rolled straight through. Bender, I think, is
Yeah.
taking it a little safer with skull strats here. I mean, at this
Yes,
point, you
Bender
can
has a
buy
lot of
them and
skulls.
you have plenty of souls, so you just, yeah, he's spamming them everywhere. That's a little bit safer than just the rushing straight through.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. It still requires some timing, but definitely definitely safer. You won't get like a straight arrow, I guess, to your back.
Yeah.
Dang, it's like I'm only watching two people here. There's people going up the steps at the same time. There's people going through barracks at the same time.
They paired off. We set up the screens wrong. We should have had one on top, one on bottom, just to separate them easier. But we got them sorted by crossways instead. Yeah, these
Oh,
boys.
oh, never mind.
No, go ahead.
I saw Hemlocks go for a fall damage cancel on the drop, but I realized that he had already taken some fall damage, I think, from before. So
Hmm.
the significance of the fall damage cancel would have been to preserve Lloyd's, right? Because Lloyd's ring activates whenever you're full health, and if you have to spend time healing up, well then that's at
That's
0.5 seconds you're never getting back, right?
yeah. That's time you could have spent gaming,
True.
getting this sweet strafe against the. Oh, look at these strafes! Look at these sexy strafes against Dragon Slayer armor.
Absolutely strafe city, and I wonder if Hemlocks is going to go for the phase 2 stagger, which again is a bit of RNG because if you stagger Dragon Slayer armor, he can just randomly decide to not.
Yep, the phase 2 stagger. That takes a lot of aggression to get that stagger in phase 2. And so both guys
Absolutely.
fighting phase 2, and so he was fighting phase 2 but never saw any of the butterfly attacks just because he finished him off so quick.
Yeah, no meatballs were seen in that phase, and looks like Bender might be able to maybe skip the
Yeah,
meatballs as well. Maybe.
maybe. I think DSA's turtled too much here. Didn't get good RNG. So the runners will actually move to Dragon Slayer Armor's side, and they'll try and stand there because Dragon Slayer Armor, when you're at his side, has a good. Oh wait, never mind. He got the stagger too. Never
Yeah,
mind. Bender pulled it off.
beautiful. He got great RNG with no meatballs. He got the ray of light from the butterfly. So nice kill nonetheless.
But anyways, when you're standing off to the side of Dragon Slayer armor, that can bait out either his backhand swing or his shield slam, which are both easy to strafe attacks that leave him wide open. And so that's why you'll see the runners kind of like trying to stand and position themselves at the side. Wait, did Hemlock do anything about Sage, or is he doing YOLO archives as well?
It looks like he's doing some YOLO archive business. I mean, like he's on
$10
top of his
buys you the
game.
whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Again, going for the fall damage cancel, he gets it. He doesn't need to
Easy.
spend time healing before Twin Princes. He saved
Another
himself the half a
0.3
second.
seconds saved. A 0.3 seconds saved is a 0.3 seconds earned.
Oh man, yeah, and looks like I I believe Bender is going for the same
Bender's
shred. All
doing it
right.
too. We get to see it again. In case you didn't appreciate it enough the first time, here's an instant replay of YOLO archives. Let's go.
And gets the fall damage cancel as well. So
These men are machines. They have wired themselves for this purpose.
and both Vswed and Miko beating Aldrich at the same time. We are neck and neck and neck and neck here, guys. Oh, Hemlock's having a little scenario with the gargoyle. He just runs by him, just
A
not a care in the
slight
world.
gargoyle fiasco, but easy enough.
Is Bender doing the? No.
Bender's doing it. He believes.
I don't know if I believe here. Do you believe?
Chat, do you believe?
All right.
Yep,
They're
and
gaming.
that's the strat.
Interesting. I wonder. I wonder if just running through underneath the gargoyle was too risky for them.
Yeah,
If
because
they're
there's a
just
lot
not
of
gonna.
different things he can do. Oh my god, Swed went for the follow behind and got whacked because of it.
Oh, okay. So this is. I believe he did get the bonfire after Vort. I hope he did, because that'll be the closest bonfire that he can warp to. If not, he would have to warp to High Wall, I believe. He did get the bonfire, yeah. So
Imagine having to run high wall again.
yeah, never go back to High Wall, guys.
But doesn't everybody get the Vort bonfire because sitting at that bonfire is quicker to open the gates to settlement?
Yeah, you're actually correct. Correct, excuse me. My head was thinking in terms of speed runs that they never get that bonfire. They just quit out. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that makes sense.
in
Yeah, but
hitless
for
runs, it is
hitless,
faster.
yeah. Although technically in hitless, couldn't you quit out there because there's no enemies aggroed onto you?
Not with the most recent rules for quitting out. Looks like
Oh,
Hemlocks, with going with the strafe strat on Lorien here.
oh, these
You can
strafes are
actually,
sexy.
yeah, you can actually get these guys in a loop, and looks like Bender's probably gonna go for the same thing, maybe. Yep, looks like he's going for it. Oh, absolutely. Oh, the beautiful fights.
Ooh.
Oh, one thing that is interesting with Hemlocks is he's not doing the most recent speedy strat, I guess, of ending the fight near where the twin princes start their second phase, and then just hitting Lothric while he's on Lorraine's back.
Wait, so what do you do about the soul masses then? Oh, are you talking about the where their AI is
Yes.
just they just sit there?
Yeah,
Do,
if go ahead, you can explain it.
no, do the speedy boys do that now?
Yes, they do actually. And ooh, Bender actually taking a hit and dying. He has to go all the way
Oh.
back.
Oh,
That is a
did he
huge
didn't get
time
the
loss, I
elevator, did
believe.
he?
I don't think he did. He has to run all the way through archives again.
Oh my god, dude. We get to see YOLO archives for a third time, chat.
Oh boy. Hemlock's getting the kill, fortunately enough. And I believe he's gonna be lighting these thrones and probably getting the actually no. Do you get +10 on the speedy route? I don't
I
think you
don't
do.
think so. Plus
Yeah,
nine's good enough.
well, I don't even think they have. Do they have +9? I actually I can't remember.
Oh, they might
Um,
only be +8 if they didn't grab enough chunks.
yeah, because they definitely didn't fall down into the pit in the barracks, right, to pick up
Yeah,
all those
yeah, at most they
chunks.
would have +8
Yeah,
then if they just grabbed a few that were on their way, and I'm not even sure they grabbed all of the ones that you can easily grab in Lothric Castle, so...
interesting. Okay, all right.
Okay, we have confirmation for chat +8,
Let's
which,
say, and
good
Chad is
enough, I
never wrong,
guess.
right? Yeah,
Chat is never wrong, and if
absolutely,
they end
absolutely,
up being wrong, then we can just make fun of them that much harder.
absolutely. And Hemlock's going for Cinder. What's going to be interesting is I don't know if he's going to be uh rolling in on the phase transition.
Oh, we gotta see if he's got to do the roll, and he didn't do the dancer chase. The only person who did do the dancer chase was Vswed, and he got hit for it.
Very unfortunate. But
Well, this is a very aggressive way of fighting Cinder here. He is staying in
absolutely.
there.
And Cinder is considered to be the hardest boss in the 90%, and he just so happens to be the final boss that you fight against. So, uh, aggression does treat you well, though, in this fight. As you can see, Hemlock just got a stagger, and if you can stagger Cinder, then, I mean, that's a lot of free damage just left on the table, correct?
And speaking of free
And,
damage, he got
yeah.
sorcery phase, which is pretty much the phase you can punish the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be
It's
watchful
pretty
of the
much
soul masses.
true. It's pretty much just a free half a health bar if you get a stagger in soul in sorcery phase. So not
And he's not
deciding to
rolling in.
do the roll in.
Nah.
Very interesting. Going for the strafe though to get 2 L1s in on the cinder fight.
Okay, that strafe, you can forgive the no roll in if he does the strafe there. Taking the idle swings. Is that safe to take those idols like that?
I believe at the very beginning of the fight, if you damage Cinder like that, he won't react. But towards the end, the less amount of health that he has, the more likely it is for him to attack you during those idles.
I see. So his phase 2 technically has a little bit of a phase 2. And
Absolutely.
GG Hemlock taking the win with a
Nicely
super
done.
speedy time and only 1 hit. GG Hemlock as Bender heads it through Prince's stairs. And Miko is in Archives taking a much... Miko has decided to take a much safer strat for Archives, a much saner strat.
Yeah, he's waiting for the sage to give him a specific attack, actually. Very interesting. I wonder why he didn't go for throwing a firebomb below Sage, because
Some
then that
people
would
don't
make him
like
teleport.
dealing with him when he's over on that far walkway, I guess.
Maybe, yeah, because you would have to throw another firebomb anyway to have him teleport. You might be right about that.
I think most people have just gotten more comfortable with this.
Oh, Bender just about to go into phase 2. There it is. Phase 2 Princess is underway. Vswed fighting DSA. Just a lot of stuff happening.
Boss fight after boss fight, we can't keep up. And Miko risking the out of bounds death there. So for those of you who don't know, anytime you see a hitless runner roll through an illusory wall, they are putting their lives in the hands of fate, because rolling through those walls, there's a chance that the game just clips you through the floor and sends you falling into the abyss.
There's actually a theory that that can happen even if you throw something at the wall, because I have gotten teleported by throwing a firebomb at an
Wait,
illusory wall
what?
before. Yes.
Like, were you right against the wall, or were you
No,
some
I
distance
was
from it?
very far away.
I don't believe you. Do you have a clip?
I have a clip on my channel. I will be sure to
Okay.
send you along with
I don't
other
believe
pictures
this
if you
without
want.
photographic evidence. I'm gonna need you to cite a source other than Trust Me Bro here, because
For now, just trust me, bro, and
that
chat can believe
violates
me too.
everything that I have known to be true, and my whole life is a lie if that can happen.
All right, Bender dealing with Princes, going to Cinder, and it looks like Hemlocks has a time of 58:49.
Jesus!
A sub
He
1
just
hour one hit
rolls
run.
in here. No resets, no retries, just rolls in here a 58-minute time, 1 hit. Everybody in chat, give it up for Hemlock, the absolute mega chad of DS3 today. But right now it is a battle for second place between these three. It's most likely going to be Mikolash or Vswed, depending on how many hits people take.
There is a lot going on.
Oh
in
my
Vswed
god,
stream here.
Vswed! What the heck happened there?
That was a lot. I can't even explain everything that happened. He got stuck on a thrall. He rolled the sorceries. There was a snowflake behind him.
Absolute chaos that the man navigates with confidence.
Oh, I believe Hemlocks might be... He might be going for all vanilla bosses since we have time, actually.
Oh yeah, like I was kind of talking about to this with a couple of the guys, and we were saying DS3 is allotted 2 hours, and we're like, nobody's gonna take 2 hours for an any percent in DS3. And so we were joking about like what more could be done. And I think some of the guys might have settled on doing some of the optionals.
So
We'll
we get to see
that.
Osiris. Unfortunate, but
your favorite
yeah.
boss.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have anything wrong with him. Bender on Cinder right now.
Yeah, also
Again,
fighting him very aggressively.
Gets the stagger, gets a lot of L1s in. Cinder doesn't.
Yeah, that's the power of the
transform
twin blades. You get a good opening, you can just slash away huge damage.
And he gets sorcery phase. Oh boy.
Hemlock
Great
and Bender are
RNG.
doing it again, just like they did in Irithyll. They're taking all of the good RNG on Cinder, and Sweat is just gonna have a disastrous phase. He's gonna get Spear phase twice, 2 heals. Cinder's gonna go Spear phase immediately into heal. Then he's gonna go Curved Sword phase, give him no openings. Then Spear phase heal again. That is what is in the Vswed's future, because Bender and Hemlock are just taking all of the good RNG.
Speaking of Mad Lads, Bender just did the roll-in on the phase 2 transition of Cinder, which is, in my opinion, Giga Chad energy. I'm just saying. Oh, and we have 2 princess fights going on at the same time as well, huh?
Same
Okay.
time. And Miko coming into phase 2 here, running back to the fog wall. So it doesn't look like, I don't think any of them are going to do the princess cheese that you mentioned.
I don't think so.
Which is sad, because princes are a terrible boss and they deserve to be cheesed. And
I
GG
haven't heard
Bender
that from
as
me
he
in a
finishes
while.
up Cinder.
GG Bender.
GG Bender as he finishes up with a very fast time, a few unfortunate hits, including that farmer fiasco.
You know what? He did it for the vine, or rather, did it for the speed. So, I think we can accept those hits.
Wait, did you say he did it for the vine?
Yeah, did it for the vine, exactly.
I'm sorry, are you 45 years old? Are you trapped in 2003 here?
I don't know if very many 45-year-olds even know what vine is. TBH. Anyway, Miko just finishing Twin Princes and is
And
on
Sweat
his way
doing some
to
pretty
Cinder.
sexy strafes here.
There is a possibility. So one risk of fighting princes like this in either phase 1 or phase 2, mainly phase 2, is if they teleport, they can teleport on top of a piece of furniture and instantly animation cancel and go into another teleport where you have no idea what they're doing, because you lose your lock on them if they ever spawn on top of a piece of furniture. So I guess
The
that's another
dreaded
reason why you need
IKEA
to.
death.
Yes, IKEA.
Which is
Hitchhiker
another
once again.
reason that they need to be cheesed. Do not give them the chance. They don't fight fair, so neither should you.
Ah, yes.
And we have Vswed and Miko once again pretty much neck and neck, both setting the thrones to head to Cinder. And what's Bender's time is at 102.58? 59, something like that.
59, I believe, yes.
GG Bender, a very fast run, a few unfortunate hits, but still very impressive.
I believe Bender might be continuing to go on to the other bosses, and Hemlock is taking on Champ Gundyr in the meantime.
And he is going for the parries here. He's got the shield out at least. Oh, the sexy parry. So is he doing a specific damage setup? Do you do a specific damage setup for Gundyr, or do you just kind of parry and have confidence?
You can definitely time your damage to be, I guess, fairly optimal. So you do as much damage as you can in phase 1. Misses the parry though from Hemlocks.
Hey, that's what Vinny Vega calls an SHIT, strategic hit into Tearstone. He just needs to do the quick swap into Red Tearstone Ring that he didn't pick up.
Very true. This is not DS1, unfortunately. And Miko is finishing up phase 1 of Cinder as Swed
and you
is
see he
starting
got Spear
Cinder.
phase because
He did get
Hemlock
Spear
and
phase.
Bender took all the good RNG. And is he gonna heal? Nope. Nope, there's still a little bit of good RNG left for Miko here. Vswed's gonna have horrible Cinder RNG.
And Commentators curse. That is on Flippy. That is not on me. If you get mad at anyone, that is not on this side of the VC. It's over there.
I have never said anything cursed. I am purely blessed.
I see. Miko not going for the roll-in either. I
Now,
wonder if
Miko has done
Mr.
some
Vswed
speedy
will.
stuff, but he's generally been playing it a bit safer than the other runners. He has been strategically aggressive, but not full aggressive. Wait, did Bender go New Game Plus? Or is Bender doing an entirely new run?
Bender started a new character and started as a bandit. I believe he is just starting with the bandit's knife.
Oh, you know what Bender's
Sorry,
probably
thief.
doing?
Thief, not bandit.
Bender's probably doing early dancer.
Yeah, early
I think
dancer,
that's what
probably early
Bender's
Osiris,
showcasing.
maybe. Early Champ Gundyr, early everything.
But so why does the thief have the bandit's knife, but the bandit doesn't have the bandit's knife?
See, I tweeted this before, I think probably several months ago, and I believe, I don't know if it was you or someone else said like, oh, the thief took the bandit's knife from the bandit, and it's like...
Okay, that actually makes perfect sense. No, that wasn't me who tweeted that, but I'm gonna steal credit now. The thief has the bandit's knife because the thief stole it.
And GG's the Miko, not even
GG
worrying about the
Miko.
thief or the bandit. Finishing
We're
with one
fantastic
hit.
commentators. We are always on point with the action on the screen. And that secures Miko second place in the DS3 event. Here, one hit as well, but just a slightly slower time than Hemlock.
And Swed finishing up as well.
GG
Mr.
Swed.
Sindoon. And it'd be nice to know exactly how fast Miko was. I'm not sure if it was actually an hour 7 or if that was IGT or RTA.
I think hit counter man. No, that's live split he's got, isn't that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Or...
believe Swed, I saw his time, it was 109. So yeah, it must be 107 from Miko, because Miko started a bit later.
Yeah, and finished a little earlier. But yeah, I think that's live split he's got up, which if he's got it set right, should be fault tracking IGT. So, what is on the agenda here? Are we going to do interviews? Are we going to commentate the random things that the runners have decided to do?
That is a great question. I believe the plan is to just do more bosses. Like what Hemlocks is trying to do. I believe he's trying to get a
Yeah, he's going for the quick kill on the Ancient Wyvern. Oh, and we have a $50 donation from Fel. Fel, thank you so much for contributing to the cause. Really appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the show, man. Thank you, thank you.
And
oh my God,
we're actually more than halfway to our goal of $5,000. We have $2,600, almost $2,700 so far raised for the American Heart Association, and this is only like halfway through day one, so or a little over halfway through day one. So that is
the way through
pretty
day
awesome. Yeah, insane.
But yeah, coming up next, we have at 6:30 p.m. in 25 minutes, we have Celeste coming up. But yeah, I think Bender's going to do early Dancer, maybe early Osiris and Gundyr as well. They all bleed, so if you start as Thief and have enough confidence in those fights, you can get those done really early and just have huge levels and humiliate Vort.
Hemlock's having a very difficult time with getting the jumping plunging attack here on Wyvern.
So when is the last time Hemlock he's just talking with chat right now. So when is the last time Hemlock did all bosses run in DS3? Cuz if you haven't done this in a while, this can be a hard thing to remember again.
Yeah, that is true. And it's dependent on you, and it's dependent on where the head is of Wyvern. He could be in an impossible position. It's a very frustrating skip here.
Mm-hmm. The speedrunners have a different way of doing it where they lure him more towards the back there, but that's a much dicier thing to be doing for Hitless. Or at least I think they used to do it that way with...
I think they used to do it. Now they
Okay.
kind of do the same thing that we do. Is they lead them to this little cove or this part of the stairs, and then they do the same thing.
So they copied us.
Yeah, Hitless did it first, and Speed Souls are dirty little cheaters.
Utz, we're doing Wyvern because these men are too fast. They all went like full sweaty gamer mode, and we're too fast, and we have about 20 minutes to fill before Celeste. So Miko is going somewhere too. Is Miko's going for tree balls, I think.
I would assume it's tree balls, yeah, which is interesting.
Although if he
that
was
this is
going
the
for tree
closest.
balls, shouldn't he have gone from the Road of Sacrifices bonfire, unless he didn't get that bonfire?
Maybe he didn't. I'm not entirely sure.
But yep, it looks like Bender's gonna do early dancer here. And Vswed rating, GG Vswed.
GG,
Fantastic run, dude. Congrats. You were Vswed, you were the only one who had the balls to do the on dancer to do the phase 2 where you follow behind her. Now, it did cost you a hit, but you were the only one who had the balls to do it. And that makes you a winner in my book. As Bender is doing early dancer. And the only reason this is possible is Dancer's a bit of a glass cannon, and she bleeds somewhat easily. Oh, and the sexy strafe underneath the grab, I love that.
What is really nice about the Bandit's Knife, it is my favorite weapon in this game, and it's a light, it bleeds, you can quick step with it. It is just simple. You can buff it with Carthus Rouge to give more bleed. It's insane.
Oh, it's a beautiful weapon for several bosses. I mean, my favorite weapon is the Frayed Blade because I'm just an irredeemable weeb, but...
Yeah. The weeb life chose you, right? And Hemlock's finally getting the...
G Hemlock. Hey, he didn't take a hit during all that.
True.
55 consecutive attacks from Wyvern, all successfully avoided. That is gamer skill right there.
And I guess he's going for Nameless right now, which will be pretty awesome to watch.
And it looks like Bender got clipped by Dancer at some point, or is that fall damage that he took previous to getting here?
That is a good question. I'm assuming that would be fall damage.
Yeah, probably, because you take a little bit coming down that way. And doesn't strafe the double slash, but doesn't matter. Gets the stagger, gets this attack, should be able to finish here. GG on the early Dancer. Now do we get to see early Osiris and early Gunder?
Early Osiris, oh boy. That's something.
That boss is such a mess.
And Miko
hey, let's take this
Bloodborne
boss. Let's take this cut Bloodborne boss and throw it in Dark Souls 3. That sounds like fun. Look, waste not, want not. We got bosses to recycle here, boys.
Oh god, someone said in chat early DSA. If he does early DSA with the Bandit's Knife, that will probably be a 20-minute fight.
Oh Jesus! I would assume if you're gonna go for early DSA, you would grab the Irithil Rapier. I would hope.
Yes, most likely.
There's no accounting for the madness of these lads, though, so I guess I shouldn't make definitive statements on anything here.
Okay, so Bender picking up the human pine resin, presumably for Osiris here.
Could be either one. No. Gundir's strong against Dark, so yeah, that would be more useful on Osiris. As we have Hemlock in the Nameless King fight. And I think we have Miko going to Osiris as well here.
Never let him. There's never a break in the action here.
They do not let up. Even the run is over and they still don't let up. They are still going hardcore gamer.
Oh,
Why
and
is
I
he still
believe.
playing? Because
Go ahead.
we have time to fill, Neko. That's why he's still playing. But you were saying,
And
CBD?
these runners need time to show off, right? Right. I mean, if they didn't already show off with the YOLO Irithyll, the YOLO archives, the rolling on Cinder.
And Pony, thank you for the $10 donation. Really appreciate you supporting the cause. Thank you, Pony.
Thank you, Pony. And that puts us over the 2,700 mark.
$2,700. Do you know how many hearts the American Heart Association can buy with that money?
Human hearts?
I mean, human-ish hearts.
Yeah, true. Okay.
It's like the
At least
food
one.
pantry things where they're like, 20 cents can feed a family for a week. And you're like, how are you getting these economies of scale? The American Heart Association, I assume, operates on similar principles.
Again, as a commentator, I have no idea how to respond to this.
And that's the funniest part. Neko, the Team Hitless channel is not even affiliated, so you can't sub to the channel. Your only way of giving is through the Tiltify link. ! Donate.
Donate or dono, one of the two. We'll send you to the link. God, watching two Osiris's on screen kind of makes me sick. But I mean, the things I do for chat, right?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing here. Especially Bender here going with the bandit's knife. Once again, the reach of that knife makes it very awkward. You have to get right up against him, and his hitbox and collision boxes are so awkward. But both these...
And...
Oh!
Oh, Miko getting...
Miko quickly forgot. He so quickly forgets.
The insta-charge, huh?
Yep, you love it. It's a beautiful move.
Yeah, for those who don't know in chat, the Osiris insta-charge actually, it's a very strange attack. It has no tell, and it comes out frame one, so you will see what Bender's doing is whenever Osiris is facing him directly, Bender will he'll pre-roll, and sometimes it looks like he's rolling nothing, and sometimes you'll see that he's actually rolling an attack that comes out that you cannot react to. No matter what anyone says on Reddit, they don't know what they're talking about.
What? Reddit doesn't know what they're talking about?
I know, surprising.
You speak blasphemy. But yeah, you pretty much have to, like, anytime that he can do it, just assume he's going to and roll ahead of time.
Absolutely.
You pretty much have to, like, do future crime on Osiris's attacks. You need a frickin' precog in there telling you when to roll.
You need a minority report on on Osiris? I see. Oh, looks like
that's how you do this fight hitless if you don't. And Hemlock is going to... Is this Gale?
This is Gale.
Wait, did he load? He must have loaded a save file for this, because last I saw he had just finished off Nameless.
I believe he loaded a save file. I think this is SL1. It looks like he might be fat rolling.
Wait, does SL1 use the twin blades for Gale?
I actually have no idea.
I know they use the twin blades in a few sections, but I thought for the most part it was still raw broadsword.
I am not sure. However, he is soul level 1 and he is fat rolling.
Oh my god.
Against Gale. Which is quite the feat.
Sorry to cut in on you there, gents, but we've just had a $1,000 donation.
God.
Thank you so much, Asokran. Unbelievable.
My dude.
Unbelievable.
You're gonna be getting a call from the bank, man. They're gonna ask if you're okay. Are you okay, Asokran? Did you have to mortgage your house? Do you still retain both of your kidneys, sir? Asocran, thank you so much. Thank you for your generosity. That is very kind and generous of you. And that puts Hob has been unseated as Sugar Daddy. Hob, relationship with Hob is over. Asocran is new Sugar Daddy. Thank you, Daddy Aso.
You heard it here first, folks. I guess straight from Flippy.
Heard what?
Mm.
Say it. Say it.
Say what?
Call him Daddy.
Asocran is a swell guy, dude. Thank you so much, Aso, for the $1,000.
Oh, come on. Pony is a swell person for the $10. Fell is swell for $50. For $1,000, Aso, you are daddy. Thank you, daddy.
Save me, chat.
Go ahead.
I said save me, chat.
Oh. And for those of you who are asking, you can use Twin Blades on SL1 if you wear both the Hunter's Ring and the Milk Ring. That can get you above the 16 dex requirement. And it's pretty clear he's at least has Milk Ring on because he's doing because when he rolls, he's got that fade out effect. That's from the Milk Ring. But yeah, it's interesting, like, Dark Souls 1 has the most restricted SL1 just because you're stuck with your stats. There's no stat boosting gear. Whereas in all these other games, there's so many different ways to boost your stats.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
It is balanced out a certain way, because I was thinking about that the other day, and with Dark Souls 1, you have a limited selection of weapons, I guess, for SL1, but for the other games you can kind of still get to that level of overpoweredness just by the stat boosting gear, right?
Yeah. I mean, Dark Souls 1 still has probably the easiest SL1 though, just because the choices you do have are really good.
Exactly, yes.
Whereas I think in some of the later games, SL level 1 runs have become a lot more interesting just because of the options you have open to you. And Bender is going into Champion Gundyr right now. Also with the Bandit's Knife.
And he's pairing with a medium shield as well.
Oh, yeah, he didn't bother getting a special shield. That's the Thief's starting shield that he's using there. I think this is the only game where the Thief starts with a medium shield instead of like a specialized parry shield, which is weird.
Oh, that's an interesting stat there. And Hemlocks kills Gale. Soul level 1. Fat rolling. Hitless
Wait.
too, I'm pretty sure that was.
Yep. Not a scratch on him. Somebody tell Hemlock to show his stats so that we can confirm the SL1. I'm pretty sure, based on the damage he was doing and the fact that he was wearing Milk Ring. Oh, and we have the sexy parries from both Miko and Bender on Champion Gundyr here.
It'll be interesting if they both kill Gundyr at the same time, because although Miko may be doing more damage per hit, there's definitely more potential with bleed against Gundyr as well. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they look neck and neck here. Ooh, the sexy parry. Oh, wait. Thought Miko was gonna get shoulder checked there. That shoulder check and the kick he has, like on my first playthrough, this guy kicked my ass more than anything else.
Literally.
And GG for Miko.
And I don't know if Miko is going to be going for another boss. It looks like he is, actually. I think Hemlock's got his satisfaction from killing Gale. I'm not sure where Bender would go after this.
I think we're probably wrapping up soon anyways, because we're going to want to... Celeste is scheduled for 6:30, and we're going to want a 10-minute break to set that up, right?
That is very true. Yep.
So I think we'll get confirmation from our host here, but I think at this point, I think we're about to transition into break here. But
Yeah,
and
and
Neko with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, Neko. Really appreciate the contribution.
thank you, Neko.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, guys. It's time to wind down what has been an absolutely amazing showcase of not just any percent, but we've even got an SL1 Gale at the end of this, which is ridiculous.
Federal as well.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Fantastically well done to all 4 of our runners, and to you two as well for your insightful commentary, and well done on the run earlier as well. So it was, surprisingly, there was some insight mixed in with a lot of other commentary.
With other things. But thank you guys. Thank you to all of the donators. Thank you to all the runners, and most of all, thank you to everyone here enjoying the stream, having fun. You guys, the community, you're what it's all about. Thank you, everyone. Please stick around. We got Celeste coming up, and let me tell you, Celeste, Speed and Hitless runs in Celeste are freaking insane. If you haven't seen it before, if Celeste has never interested you before, stick around. You will be amazed. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Take care, chat.